Sporting a white t-shirt and slightly tilted glasses, the CEO of Uruguayan payments outfit dlocal Sebastián Canovich, 31, cuts an unassuming figure on a late August video call. The globe-trotting executive, who now lives in Tel Aviv, 7,400 miles from his longtime home of Montevideo, quickly deflects the questions about his company's stratospheric rise and his own sudden wealth. Just 1 year earlier, dlocal made history when it raised $200 million from U.S. private equity firm General Atlantic at a $1.2 billion valuation, becoming the first unicorn to hail from the tiny South American country. Then in June, the Fintech debuted on the New York Stock Exchange, becoming the first Uruguayan company to go public in the U.S. It was a feat that minted the nation's first 3 billionaires and earned a congratulatory tweet from Uruguay's president. Canovich himself is now worth an estimated $960 million. "I don't spend 1 minute thinking about that," he claims. "I'm proud of what we've achieved, but we're also very hungry. The opportunity ahead is massive. From the outset, dlocal has had bold global ambitions. 5 years ago, it was spun off from an earlier payments firm called Astro Pay to help large multinationals process cross-border payments from billions of customers in complex emerging markets. When a commuter in Rio de Janeiro needs to pay for an Uber or a sneakerhead in New Delhi purchases the latest pair of Air Jordans, dlocal makes that happen by helping the merchants on the other side navigate the myriad payment systems and bureaucratic hurdles. For Canovich, the firm's ability to quickly expand overseas was born in the relative dearth of opportunities in his native Uruguay. "We never worked in our home country. That's our DNA, to be right in the middle of two cultures that are somehow different." Canovich, for instance, decamped to China for 2 months back in 2016 to set up dlocal's operations there. "We help Chinese companies go international and sell in Latin America and Africa," says Canovich. "For every Amazon there's an Alibaba, and for every Uber there's a Didi. We hope to serve both. It's a market that has huge potential." The 5-year-old startup already has offices in 6 countries and is operating in 30, up from 20 a year ago, including Nigeria, India and, of course, Uruguay. It processed $2.1 billion in payments last year for more than 330 customers including Didi, Nike, Amazon, Microsoft, and Netflix, to name a few. "We are that technology infrastructure piece on top of which the merchants sit. It's like building a highway into these markets and the merchant gets to choose whether they turn on Brazil or Indonesia," Canovich said in 2019. Dlocal is already spending the money it raised in the past year, snapping up Brazil-based payments provider PrimeroPay for $40 million in April and continuing to push into new markets.